Hey, everybody on YouTube. Just to let you know, we are coming in like promised at 8 o'clock. We always kick off YouTube on camera number one first because it takes an extra minute to kind of go through all the hoops to get it moving. So we are camera one. No, sorry, the laptop's over there. I don't have a monitor here. We're working on it. And yeah, we're almost ready to go live on Facebook, 8 o'clock. We've changed things around. People asked. We do it. Boy, do we have some stuff to talk about tonight. Ooh, buddy. All right, good evening, Erie County. Here we are, as promised, at 8 o'clock. I know we're not as young as we used to be, so that 9 o'clock to the 10 o'clock thing, I get that. I totally get it. Tim, thanks for coming by. Angela, Stan, thanks for the sound check. We appreciate it. We're getting in tune where I don't have to ask for a sound check. Y'all just do it, and I appreciate that. So, yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes here. People are popping in here. Hopefully, with the time change, we get some new folks because there were some people that go, 9 o'clock. The 9 o'clock thing's too late. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Stan. Live from the dining room. And if you guys follow me on social media, anything that I post, I always put hashtag #JustifyOurCop, to acknowledge the neighborhood Karen. And, of course, hashtag dining room for the neighborhood Karen. Yeah, see the kitchen, right? Great. That's the flags right here, and there's an island there. You want to see my mixers and my island? I'll take it down. But we are kind of a patriot kind of guy. There's not too much we can argue about that. I was interviewed the other day, and the news guy asked me, he goes, "Hey, what do you think the difference is between now and Pearl Harbor on the type of patriotism we have in this country? And are people forgetting about Pearl Harbor?" And I said, well, absolutely. The left wants to smash everything that we believe in and we hold true. And, there's an old saying that I used during the interview. I said, listen, it's real simple. If you don't learn from history, you're bound to repeat it. It's real simple. Here we are, we just had the anniversary on, of Pearl Harbor. Here we are, facing off. There was a story in the news that the Stryker unit in Cambridge Springs is going to Africa. 300, Army men and women are going to go to Africa. Gee, I wonder what that's about. Excuse me. These men and women have been in Iraq and Afghanistan, and now we have to send them to To Africa? Well, we just gave our Ukrainian buddies a little cash to go home with. I maybe he needs a new engine for one of his yachts or something, or he's got to finish up paying for his dance lessons. So I get it, but that's fine. The border's wide open. People are struggling, and it was on the radio news today that they're going to the Fed next year is going to lower the interest rates after they've just been pounding them up. Well, of course, it's election year. Of course, they're going to bring those numbers down because they need a big win for Sleepy Joe. Let's go, oops, sorry about that. Let's go, Brandon. He needs a big win. He's got to soften this up because the numbers are horrible. I literally was just on Facebook getting everything ready to go. I forgot to say hi to the YouTube folks live on camera number 1. Camera number 2 is Facebook Live. So, yeah, bad week. Army beat Navy. Oh, I know. I know you're a Navy guy. I totally get that. That it is a good game. Nice to see nobody taking knees. No, only one national anthem. The men and women there were acting normal, like normal human beings, and apparently not getting drunk and starting fights and having a fake second national anthem, which makes no sense to me. But hey, what do I know? I'm a former county councilman. I only have a few more days left. Yeah, we had our county council meeting last night. An hour and a half of citizens to be heard. We appreciate their input. We appreciate people showing up and telling us how they feel. But when they say the same thing over and over and over again for an hour and a half, we get it. They're mad about the budget that the county executive sent down. Okay, let me rephrase that again. They're mad at the budget that the county executive just sent down. I didn't bring it down. We did ours weeks ago. We finished it up. We got it. According to Sam Tallarico, Biden is doing a great job on the border. Well, Sam Tallarico is he's the cheerleader for the Democrat Party, and that's fine. That's his job. For him to actually say something that's truthful, I would actually be shocked. Yeah, the border's doing really good. 10 million illegals. That's doing a great job. And you see the pictures coming from the border where they just cut a hole out and they go through, they fix it, they go to another place. Governor Abbott's been trying to keep up. I saw a picture that came up where the governor put down concertina wire, and then they were ordered. The Border Patrol was old. They brought down a forklift, payloader, whatever they are, big cat, and they just picked it up and let the people walk through. So yeah, they're doing a great job. Really good job down there, but and that's it. That's the Democrat mentality is, yeah, it's doing a great job. The border's secure, and it's so funny. I was goofing around online and, I was looking some Bill Clinton rhetoric. You know what? During a speech he said, blew my mind. We need to make America great again. And then Barack Obama was like, we need a secure border. You can't have a country without a secure border. So here are the two top, Dems saying exactly what we're saying, but now the rhetoric has changed, and Sleepy Joe, his handlers are saying, no, this is bad. Oh, Ryan Bizzaro had his new Facebook ad on, and guess what it opens up with, boys and girls, men and women. I was shocked. Insurrection. That's going to be the only talking point the Democrats are going to do coming into this next election is insurrection. Look what they did to me. They spent $150,000, photoshopped a bunch of pictures of me at the Capitol building. Look at Shank was involved in insurrection. Man, I was in Erie down at Perry Square having a cappuccino, having a peaceful protest, but they're allowed to do what they want to do. They can burn a cupcake shack to the ground or try, but we can't come together and say, hey, we got some questions. It's insurrectionist. Yeah, okay. The Democrat Party has definitely got they are a one trick pony, and that's what their card they're going to play. You know, they get their master plan out, you know, from the upper echelon. Okay, boys and girls, here's our play for this cycle: insurrection. Well, let's go. Shank was at the insurrection. No, Shank wasn't insurrection. It was a lie. You know, and so then here's Ryan Bazaar with all this. It's so funny that when they show the video for his commercial, it's always in black and white. The insurrection, majority of it was in black and white. Hi, Jody. Thanks for coming by. So it's just funny how they play on that. It's black and white. When they played the videos on the internet with about me being involved in insurrection, it was all black and white and scary. I'm like, can you guys just at least try different tricks? But hey, you know, they found it. They know if they've got the dirty money, they've got the deep state DC Democrat PAC money coming in. They can make it. Brian, why don't you sue? All right, you guys want to loan me about, I don't know, $100,000, and you know, I'd be more glad to sue Mr. Pretzel, because he endorsed it. He acknowledged the PAC that played it, but you know, the folks in District 5 got played. I'm sorry to say that, but you guys got played. That I was involved in insurrection, wasn't there. We've talked about it. It was a bad Photoshop. But hey, did we have a peaceful protest downtown? Which I can prove with the news media. I have the article. Well, it's from the TV news, so there's a video. But see, they pick out key scary words, scary phrases, and things that scare little old ladies and little old men, you know, sitting out here in the suburbs. You know, insurrection. Shank was involved in it. Man, I wasn't there. Nice try. You know, like my little LED sign says, you can buy a county council seat for about $150,000. That's about the going rate. You know, I will give Terry Scatala. He ran a clean race against Cody Faust. Totally clean race, old school guy. He ran a clean race. The better man won with the most votes. You know, with Pretzel, that was all a snow job and hype. That was all lies and deception. Boop, good timing on the rolling board here. But that's all it was. You know, I spit on Black Lives Matter people. I was part of the insurrection, blah, 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 blah. So I guess when you're, you know, busted for prostitution, I guess when you have your sugar daddy buy you a seat, that's kind of still being a prostitute in my book. I mean, I had people offer me money and they had a bunch of strings attached to it. I said, man, that's quid pro quo. Well, you know, that's how politics works. No, I'd rather crash and burn with my ethics and not take your dirty money. But unfortunately, the Democrats don't believe that. They don't care who it is. They don't care who their Johns are, and they get the prostitution money. Yeah, I'm a little old woman, and I vote. Julie Miller, you're not a little old woman. Nice try. But I mean, unfortunately, you know, they had big scary mailers. You know, showed Shank's Photoshop holding a megaphone. Yeah, I had a megaphone. It's sitting right here at my feet, actually. You know, I'll pull it out, and that way they can go, hey, look at that. Shank still has the microphone from his insurrection. Yeah, Perry Square, about, you know, the 150 people were there, you know. Oh. Sorry about that. That's just the fire department. It'll shut off here in a minute. I love this song, and I use it for my fire department, you know, because that's what we do. I thought we had a caller already. I was like, wow, I'm impressed. See, it went away. I heard that Brian was gonna perform Colors Comedy Club this weekend. His uncover comedian was blown at the yeah, I know. We do the council meeting. The people that sign up, they get their 5 minutes. And I, I try to, I try to joke with people. I try to be nice with them. They want me to be the mean guy. And I'm like, all right, folks, we finished up our people that registered. Now it's open mic night. And of course, one of the, I'm assuming very liberal Democrats, that hurt his feelings that I was referring it to as a comedy club. It's a joke. Okay, relax. But we know the left doesn't have a sense of humor unless it's their humor. It's just like if we don't believe everything they say, we're an insurrectionist. That's the new catch-all phrase. You're an insurrectionist. Here's the problem. The county executive, we sent out his original budget. We did what we could do. We shaved it off, $1.7 million, and we sent it back up to him. And he flips the whole thing upside down. Flips it upside down, starts coming after projects that I think are pretty solid. Diversity, equity, inclusion, of course, they didn't get funded. But, the HRC, Human Commission, we help people in need. We help people that are struggling for a landlord tenant issue, and they don't have a lawyer. We help them with that. We've got some great volunteers. We've got some great lawyers that basically donate their services to help these people. We hired a director. They hired an investigator. No big deal. Did the county executive say, "Hey, I want to get rid of this on the first round"? No, he didn't. He set it down. He left it alone, and then we set it back up. He disassembled it, and then he went after the library. And of course, that's released on Monday. County council meetings are on Tuesday, so of course I got everybody fired up that we are going to get rid of the librarians. We're not supporting getting rid of the librarians. We're not supporting getting ready for the HRC, and just like we had we were doing some stuff with the EMS. Okay. 45 minutes, argue back and forth. Well, there was some miswording in it. It said that removing $2 million to fund the homeless. Okay, that was a mistake. That was an error that was overlooked. Wrong. It got typed wrong. And we all agreed that I'm on the record. I was in the meeting saying I will never support a project that defunds homeless people. It's just bad. We have to take care of each other. So at the meeting Tuesday night, how many people got up and talked about this is just unbelievable that you guys would defund the homeless? Again, Doug Smith pulled the whole ordinance. All right, we're not ready. You guys aren't ready for this. Let's not do this right now. Let's pull this whole thing, get it out of here. It's done. It's a done deal. But people won't take a minute to do a research. They want to just listen to the other folk that say this stuff. Oh yeah, they're taking money from homeless. Nope. I was on the news. I was on the news twice saying I will not support defunding the librarians. On the record, I have one vote left in my career, one, and that's on Monday evening, and that will be not getting rid of the librarians, not getting rid of the HRC, but we get 50 people in there just taking their park at the library. We're not. And then of course, these people were, they had their time. There was some fist pounding on the tables. And then the personal attacks started. The party of tolerance has to just go all nasty. They can't have a decent conversation. There were some nice people out there. Nice lady from Harbor Creek. She spoke, her position. I'm like, well, thank you. I want everyone to stop the presses. I want you to put your drink down. I'm going to say this. Of course, Mary Rennie has really been opposed to the whole Neptune project in the library. I get it. She comes in, she speaks. I was waiting to really just get hammered by her. She was actually very nice. And considering some of the nasty, hating comments, she was probably one of the nicest comments. I was like, Wow. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. So I know they all run back to her and tell her what I say. I know there's a bunch of haters that come in here and they've got fake names and they go back. Oh my God, just attention. Gannon is texting giving room to the county library. It's a county tax funded. Please explain to me. We're both tax exempt. We originally had this all set up to Gannon had it all set up to do. They had a building on the west side of State Street. It was one of the old repair shops. We were going to, but the Port Authority bought it, so we were in negotiations with them to do the lease. And then it fell through. The Port Authority didn't like the language, didn't like something, or they got a better offer. So now we've got Project Neptune. We've got it partially funded, nowhere to put it. So they came up with an idea of leasing some of the empty spaces. And again, this is the thing that kills me. All this, it's taking space away from the children. No, it's not. It's taking the part of that would be the northeast side of the library where really nobody goes to. They're going to do some rearranging and they'll get in there. So I had nothing to do with it. They negotiated a lease where Gannon University will pay for the water upgrade because they're going to be using more water because of all the fish and the research they do. They're going to be using more electricity, so there's electrical upgrade, and then they're going to pay us rent, like $7 a square foot for the price. Oh my God! I can't believe you guys gave them such a great deal. It's a library. We're trying to bring education to the forefront. We're trying to have clean water and bring more people to the library because now they'll have actually to see how the research is done. They'll have fish tanks with local fish in them. It's going to be very educational. Well, of course, the left doesn't like it. I was listening to Joe Natale show today. I always listen to Joe. Great guy. I don't always agree with him, but I get that. He nailed it. He says it doesn't matter the project. Anything Brenton Davis does, they're going to hate. They're just trying to set him up for his if he runs again in a couple of years. All the nasty things that he did in his tenure. Project Resolve. Getting some ARPA money to help the smart guys up on the hill at Penn State Barron to do battery research, since the government's shoving these batteries down our throats, which is a lot of fun stuff online about that, how badly the sales are. There was one article I call baloney that you could get a brand new F-150 electric Lightning 4-door after all the rebates and basically trying to give them away for about $7,000. I'm like, come on. Yeah, but I go buy one for $7,000. In 5 to 10 years, when the battery goes, it gets scrapped because I don't have $20,000 to lay around. No one's touching these cars. I've heard they're having a tough time insuring them because of and they're having a tough time getting them financed because they lose their value so quickly, and the cost of the repairs are outrageous. $20,000 for a battery on a car that's barely worth $30,000. That's bad. I don't think it knows the plight of the homeless more than the Lord. Yeah, I get that. That's why when we first got the ARPA money, we sat down with our notebooks and erasers and Sharpies, and we figured, okay, we'll put $2,000 in restricted account. We'll make it for the homeless. And no, you can't touch it. You can't touch it. So whoever put that on that ordinance was wrong. And then they pulled the ordinance because it was wrong. So it doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist anywhere except in the minds of the left because somebody told them about it. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. We are not taking money from the homeless. But it doesn't matter because the left already has their opinion on Brenton Davis. That's fine. They have their opinion on me. That's fine. I'm an insurrectionist, whatever. But here we are doing the best we can for 53 cents an hour and have people stand there and scream at us because they don't agree with us. Wow, that's that's pretty tolerant. The party of tolerance. Just sit there and scream at you because they don't agree with you, you know. And they all got their time. I gave them the time. I'm the timekeeper. A Republican stands up, comes to the podium. Ma'am, give us your name, municipality, and your time will start. Boop, hit the timer. She starts talking about how not nice the crowd is to council. Hissing, booing. Rah, rah, rah. So I said, ladies and gentlemen, that's not how we conduct business here. You people had the chance to come up here and speak. You spoke. Nobody interrupted you. So they calmed down. It was Kim Hunter. She was speaking about council and thanking us for everything we do for the pennies we make and the long hours we do. And they started in again, catcalling, nasty comments, snide comments, shitty comments. The party of tolerance. They're tolerant long as you agree with them. And the minute you don't, they come after you. So I said, they were on their third warning. They were on their third warning about interrupting. I said, how nice is that? You got to stand up here and speak for 3 minutes. Nobody interrupted you. Nobody catcalled and snide comments and names. If you don't believe me, go on YouTube. I can't lie about this stuff. I can't. It's all right there. Full color. It's all right there. And matter of fact, I called in the Joe Natale show and I talked to him about that. I said, these people were absolutely unprofessional. They were nasty. And, they were calling people names. They threatened Jim Wynorski, because he's voted not the Democrat way every time. They threatened him. Yeah, we're going to have to primary you. Okay. It's a republic / democracy. Go ahead and do it. Do you think he cares? Not really. Because to get paid 53 cents an hour to sit there and take that shit from these people because you don't agree with us? We do not treat each other nicely anymore. We don't. I don't know if it's COVID. I don't know what the problem is. Nasty. People pounding on the podium. Pounding. Telling us we don't know what we're doing. We're a bunch of comedians. Well, joke's on you. I'm done. And I was a little bummed at first. I really was. Put a lot of time, put a lot of effort into it. But you know what? I just sit there talking to Brenda. I go, I'm not going to have to deal with these people anymore. I get to ride my motorcycle. I get to go see our grandson, hang out, had lunch with a friend today, talked about politics and Constitution and all that good fun stuff. I stopped over and saw, our grandson. Highlight of my day. Came home, got some stuff, ordered some stuff on Amazon, did all that. Stan, you're absolutely right. And it's funny. It was so funny. One of the people, and I won't use her name because, be mean. I'm from Harbor Creek. I've been a teacher my whole life. And then her volume, rah, 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 bam, 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 bam. Wow. Alrighty then. I don't get it. I don't get it. I understand that the squeaky wheel gets its oil, but why does the minority get to dictate to the majority? I don't know. I've been arguing for years, and I get that. And it was nice to see a lot of people show up. I get it. It sucks to do a meeting when you have one person there. And this was my final county council meeting. So of course, before I asked for a motion to adjourn, I just took a couple of minutes and I thanked the staff. I thanked the citizens for coming out. Let me give it to him. Oh, don't you think I'm not? Oh, don't you think I'm just waiting for Pretzel to step on it? I will be on him every step of the way, like he's done to me. I will post fake stuff all over the internet about him, like he did to me. And then they're like, well, see, Shaq's a bully. He won't leave Mr. Pretzel alone. Well, that's what I had to deal with. So I wonder what the founding fathers were thinking about a couple hundred. I don't know. That's a great point, Stan. And I tell you what, I would love to be able to go back in time. I don't know. Ben Franklin, great guy, inventor, smart guy, way smarter than people give him credit for. So many. I know you can. Well, right. Exactly. Well, that's what they did to me. They just photoshopped me at the Capitol. Yes, Anna, you're late. Well, we're changing times around. The people asked to come in earlier so we can all go to bed at a reasonable time. I totally get that. But yeah, so it would be interesting to see how we know the Constitution had to change. We made amendments, and there was safeguards in there to do that. And we appreciate that because they knew that as a country, we were just born. So it's going to grow. There's a lot of great amendments that have changed our country for the good. We get that, So I was going to put a joke in there, but I'm not allowed to joke anymore. That is one of the things that the left has basically ruined. They can throw, oh man, I'm sorry. I keep banging the microphone. I apologize. They can make memes that are just nasty. Let's talk about the new Erie School District's president, Jay Brennerman. He's now the president of the Erie School Board, which I think is funny because his hate that he has for anybody that doesn't agree with him is just unbelievable. He has his own pages. They've taken screenshots of me here and put rat ears on. They call me a rat. I don't know what that's about, but hey, whatever, Jay. So here, an Army veteran, former county councilman, now the president of the Erie School Board, has a satire page, and that's how he gets away with it. He photoshops S&M figures with Breton and my face on it. Oh yeah, that's somebody I want running the Erie School District. Someone that photoshops, S&M pictures of the county executive and a duly elected official. Because the minute you don't agree with them, they attack. They attack and they attack and they attack. Joe Natale, radio show, talking about all this stuff about the library. He made a great point. Great point. I'm like, wow, that's why you're a host of your own show. He was not happy on the fact that people were protesting the library in front of the church services, outside the church. I had to think about that for a minute. Well, Bishop Persico is on the Gannon board. So they were trying to get his attention. So let's go to church and interrupt people, we the people, going to church. And that's exactly why our country was founded, because our forefathers wanted the religious freedoms. They didn't want taxation without representation. They didn't want to be ruled by a king. I get it. Totally get it. But here comes the self-righteous left people that are mad about Gannon and the county government putting together an educational package for the library to enhance it, to make it a place to stop and check it out. They go to people's church and protest outside the front doors. So the people coming in and out of church have to be, basically molested by these protesters because they're mad at Gannon University. That's the party of tolerance. protesting at a church about the library in Gannon. Hey, man, it's their right. I get it for a peaceful protest. I get it. But how tacky can you be? How unprofessional and just nasty to go harass people where they're going to church. Those people didn't do anything to them, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Somebody had a great idea. Let's go down there and protest at churches. Let's go stand outside of Gannon University and protest. And the media's having a field day. Oh, yeah, protesters. The one photograph, 12 people. If there was 12 people, I'd buy you donuts. And of course, the original cast of characters were all there. Your Fred Teffers, your Mary Rennies, and the rest of them. Those are the ones I could recognize off there. But yeah, Stan. How about their school district academic results? Great job. Well, okay. And I'm not picking on Erie PD. I'm not. I was a former police officer. I took that oath. I had a badge. I carried a gun. This crime rate, these shootings have to stop. And it's not Erie Police Department's fault. I can't really fault the mayor too much. He's pretty pro-police, except for when he wanted to do the Black to Blue rally in his city. He was scared like a little schoolgirl. So he's hired new cops. They do a good job. But the problem is it's society has changed the value of a human being to about nothing. Nothing. But by God, here, watch the emails fly in this one. But by God, you see a poor stray puppy neglected. My God, they donate thousands of dollars to rehab that dog. But you know what? How many kids are in the adoption system right now? Nobody. They do big fundraisers for the puppies. How about the kids? So as a society, we've flipped. We care more about our puppies than we do about our kids. And the cost of human life is basically boiled down to, I don't know, you've got something I want. I'm pissed off at you. You disrespected me. I want your sneakers. I want that $10, and they shoot and kill you. They shoot and kill you. And I can't say it because then I will have them protesting out in front of my house. It's all in a very specific little area in the city of Erie. If I'm wrong, correct me, but it's in the same little area. Do we have crime out here and out there? Sure we do. Absolutely. But we don't have kids running around in the city of Erie shooting each other for nothing. That's how we have taken the value of our lives and down to pennies. Not even pennies. Sometimes it's just the one thing I always, the inmates were always funny with in the prison. There would always be a fight. Always be a fight. Of course, we got to go in there. We got to break them up. We got to handcuff people. So you know what the biggest reason the fights were? Yo, Officer Shank, you don't understand. She disrespected me. How? Well, no, I don't. So this whole respect thing is a fallacy, especially when you don't understand, he or she disrespected me, and move on. This was on the knees. Oh, I know. I know. I get it, Dave. I get it. Trust me, when you serve the privilege of Mayor Joe, he did what he was told to do. I can't say what I would have done, but I can guarantee you I wouldn't have. You want to fire me, Chief? That's fine. I'll retire. I'll ride my Harley Davidson around. I'll have a nice tan. I'll go to Florida. You have a nice day. He chose to take a knee. His decision, whatever. You want to fire me? Fire me. The chief serves with the privilege. Yeah, that's right. Respect. It's a good song, by the way. Yeah, should play that, but they'll probably ban me for using it. But yeah, so Chris, thanks for coming by. You're a puppet of the mayor. No, you're absolutely right. And I get that. And that's why, we talk about this stuff, but then one of the persons that was speaking made a reference to my YouTube channel. He didn't say it, but it was a reference. Going on YouTube. And then he sang me a song. I was so happy that this person sang me a song on my last county council meeting. I was like, oh, thank you. He was just being a smart ass, of course. But they can be smart asses, but I can't be a smart ass. They can go protest outside of a church because they're mad about the library. Woo! No correlation there. Go downtown. They're always hanging at the corner of 6th Street right there at Gannon, 6 and I think Peach Street. They're always out there. Bless their hearts. At least they are doing a peaceful protest. At least they're not burning police cars. At least they're not setting cupcake shops on fire. At least they're not shooting fireworks off at our law enforcement men and women. I'll give them that. They didn't shoot any police cars. They didn't flip any of them over. They didn't spray paint them. They didn't do any of that. So I give them that. It is actually a peaceful protest. They're allowed to do them. We are not. We are not. And if you do, insurrectionist, Photoshop Shank's big head into the Capitol building. We'll show him. I'm going to go find me a part-time job. It will be more than 53 cents an hour. So I'm not worried. I mean, they make it like, Shank, you didn't get reelected. That's why you didn't get. That was the shit they were pulling last night. Go on YouTube, pull it up. Erie County Governor, you didn't get reelected. Thank you. Now I can go get a job and make more than 53 cents an hour and have to deal with haters. Hate. The party of tolerance. Hate. Oh no, you Republicans are haters. Show me where I've been hating. I'm just hating on the people that attack me, attack my colleagues, went after basically them calling us clowns and comedians, the whole county council. You know what? I'll give you the gavel. You want to step up here and you think you can do it better? No, you're keyboard heroes. You just sit online with all your hate, come up with offensive memes, and from the party of tolerance, because we're Republicans and we're insurrectionists. We're all racist. No, nice try. It's like Ryan Bizarro's new commercial. Go Google that up. I mean, go on Facebook and look at Ryan Bizarro's new commercial against Stacey Garrity, which he has no chance. So it's all about insurrection. That's the only thing they've got, Yeah, no Saros money yet. Hey, Brian. Yeah, I can't make it. I'm sorry, Chris. Thank you. I did get the invitation, but I'm still winding this thing, county council thing down. But I got to tell you, here's the thing that when I sit back, when I'm feeling a little like, man, I lost, but I did something that no Republican or Democrat has been able to do in Erie County history. We had the three commissioners. In 1974, we went to the Home Rule Charter. I was the first Republican. Okay, let me reword that because of Shakespeare lies on social media. I became chairman after 20 years of Democrat control. 20 years. And then I became chairman again. So that's what really pissed them off. They're like, son of a bitch, Shank pulled two. That's why they're after Jim Wynorski, because he voted for me. I could go right down the list of people that were there. They could have been nominated. They weren't nominated. I was. I got the vote. Well, Jim didn't do his diligent to the party of tolerance that he didn't vote with the rest of the Democrats. he is his own person and can whoever he wants to vote for. You know, yeah, yeah. The left. Well, let's see some good ones. I'm not encouraging, online bullying or doxing like Freda Teffer loves to do. And then I'll be nice. Who do you think will be the next? I don't know. That's a tough one. With Mr. Copenhagen and Mr. Pretzel coming on board, they're going to vote Democrat. Whatever marching orders Pretzel's John is going to give him, he'll just do whatever he's told. I mean, he's bought and paid for, so you're not going to get anything really neutral out of him because he's just a puppet. Woo, $150,000 puppet, and that's fine. Trust me. He was on social media talking shit the other day, and you know what? His days of talking shit are almost over because trust me, now that you're a duly elected official, you can't do that anymore. Oh, and I'm not a duly elected official. I will be in a couple of days. So guess what? The tables have turned, and I'm Joe Q citizen, former Chairman Brian Shank. Got a letter in the mail the other day, honorable. My wife just looked at me, rolled her eyes. Whatever. I said, hey, I don't make the rules up. But yeah, so it was an interesting county council meeting. I if you guys have absolutely have nothing to do and you want to waste some good brain cells and a lot of time, go onto YouTube and watch county council meetings. Now, here's the thing. I started it out like every other meeting. Bang. Call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. We do roll call. Make sure everybody's there and awake. And then Ellen Showerman does a prayer. It's her thing. And she does very nice ones. She doesn't go left or right. She doesn't go Catholic or Jewish or Buddha, or whoever. She keeps them very nice down the middle. You usually use quotes from the presidents. Democrats, Republicans, just the men who really shaped our country. And I know that's a horrible thing to do because they're all a bunch of racists. I don't even think they knew what that word was when they wrote. Man, come on, focus. There you go. When they wrote the Constitution. What was racism back then? Yeah, have we come a long way? You betcha. And I'm glad for that. And the Constitution reflects that. So I put in a citation for Sean Giles. He was the fire cop / fireman that was killed in Northeast this summer, unfortunately, tragically. It was read in the record. I will take it down to the firehouse, whatever day they want me to come down, and I'll present it to the family and the fire department. Personal touch. And then I talked about Miss Mattson. I said I've had the privilege of talking with her. She's interviewed me several times throughout the years. Just a pleasure to interact with as the media. And because sometimes you got to be careful with the media, but she was always the professional, always on mark, great smile. So I asked everybody to join me in a moment of silence for this rising star. Everybody bows their head. I know. Well, Joe, you're absolutely right. And that's my job. That's why you guys paid me 53 cents an hour to do the flag. Well, yeah, go ahead and try to take that flag out. I'll get every screaming veteran in the tri-state area. I'll bust them in here to go after that one. But so we did a moment of silence for Miss Mattson, started the meeting. I figured it was the right thing to do. She was a member of the community. We all watched her on the news. But we don't know her demons. And that's all I'm going to say on that. So we moved the meeting on. I figured I would kind of start the meeting off on a very positive. Wow. Pull the pin, throw the grenade. the party of tolerance, right in attack mode. Right in attack mode. Hour and a half of, all right, whatever. It's my last meeting. Beat me up if you want. I don't care. I'm done. It's okay. And my lovely wife, of course, I'm on the way home. Bark, 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 rattle, 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 rattle. At the end of the night, this is my last. I said this is my official last county council meeting. I thanked the staff. I thanked my colleagues. I said that, the legacy and the things I'm most proud of. The director of HRC was sitting there, and I said, I looked her square in the eye, and I said, one of the top things I'm the most proud of is putting HRC back on track, hiring you, and then you hiring the staff. The second thing I was most proud of was giving Joe Bonacci, the director of the Erie County Veterans Affairs, a better place to work. They were in a tiny little office, the three of them. They had stacks of paperwork, nowhere to file anything. And I'm very proud of that because Joe Bonacci and his team do a great job to service and help the veterans of Erie County and the tri-state area. Their foot traffic has improved. They're helping more claims. Online buddy, I won't mention Scott's name, sends me a text. Hey, I got to talk. He calls me. Hey, I got a problem. I lost my dad's DD-214 and I need to get one. And I can't apply for another one because you're only allowed to apply for one. I said, come on, man, give me something hard to do. I said, here's Joe Bonacci's number. You give him a call. You tell him I sent you. And Joe Bonacci, within hours or a day, he got that guy his father's DD-214, World War II veteran. His dad needed to get his ribbons and stuff and kind of start to really dig into his past. That's what we do. But it never makes the paper. It never makes the news. It never gets out to anywhere for the people that from the Party of Tolerance, because they don't care. They don't care. I'm a Republican. They hate me. Insurrectionist, shank, rah, 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 rah. Lies and deception. That's all they have is lies and deception. So yeah, that's a wrap up of the county council meeting because, like I said, it was an hour and a half long of just talk. We got into meat and potatoes of the actual meeting, whizzed right through it. Whew. All we had to do was vote on, like the controller and Doug Smith. They're appointed, they're elected. They don't follow under any pay plans per se for raises. So council is responsible for their pay raise. They got 3%. That's all they got. Years gone past, there's been asked for 6 and 7s and 10s and 15s. Everybody got 3%. Okay. You're right, Stan. So we did that. And we had a little technical problem at the end with some, we had to exonerate some taxes on some abandoned properties. The lawyer wanted to look at it. All right, no problem. No problem. So we'll take care of that Monday. Monday is where we go to war with the county executive to, some of the cuts I kind of agree with. I do. It's not like it's all negative. But I told him, I said, why didn't you send this down on the first wave? If you would have done this on the first wave, we would have agreed with you. We would have cut them. We're not getting rid of anybody. We're not firing anybody. But there were some positions that nobody wants them. They don't pay anything. There's like, well, you need to pay more money. If we do that, that's a bigger tax increase. Oh, they need more money. That's another tax increase. We don't have an income source other than the taxes. So, we want to give, everybody wants these raises. It's got to come from the taxes. I don't understand why people don't get that. There's like a disconnect. I don't understand that. We've explained it 1,000 times. We are not the city of Erie. We cannot implement a rainwater fee. We can't raise the sewer. We can't raise the garbage. We can't raise the water like Rainbow Joe does and his cast of characters on city council. We can't do that. We can't just go over and kick the taxpayers' garbage fee. We can't implement a rainwater runoff fee. God gives us his water, but Joe Schumber pays to get rid of it. So, boys and girls, I'm sorry, we don't have that privilege. The city council, who didn't raise taxes? Mayor Joe, who didn't raise taxes? No, but you're feeing the shit out of everybody. This rainwater runoff tax fee, whatever, and then they raise the garbage. That's why they have their own garbage, because they can control it. If it's contracted, it's not so tough. They have their own guys, hardworking men and women out there cleaning, trying to keep the city clean. Bless their hearts. They all need to get a Rolex when they retire, because that's a shitty job. But when the city needs more money, that's what they do. We can't. When you go down and you get a title, there's a fee. Okay, fine. But that doesn't equal millions of dollars that we take in. Okay, you go down and apply for a marriage license. There's a small fee. There's not millions of dollars coming in. It's not. So unfortunately, it's got to come from the taxes. And, we're building back better. Inflation is going through the roof, but no, it's not, because, the media won't say it anymore because, elections around the corner. Feel a little sick. Sniffle, sniffle. It's coming. It's coming. They've already announced it. It's already taken over in China. Oy vey. But yeah, so we had no choice. And when those taxes go up by we were at like $65 for every 100,000. I don't get a get out of tax bill free card. I don't. I got to pay them. My mom and dad, they're retired. They get a pension and Social Security. They got to pay it. Do you think I got pleasure doing that? We had no choice. All the union contracts came due. We're building back better. Inflation is through the roof. We use gasoline. We have emergency vehicles up the 911 center. We have the hazmat response teams. We have county vehicles to do county business. We don't get a discount for that gas. So when you pay for more for gas, so does the county. Well, unfortunately, we can't add a fee to add that, So sorry, sucks. We did the best we can. We shaved 1 point. Brenton came down, shaved some stuff off. We shaved 1.6 something, 1.7. We shaved it off. Yeah, Stan, you're absolutely right, man. You are absolutely right. I'm glad for the every Monday meeting that she'll be right on the ball. Oh, she can be there all day long. And it's funny because this is a special meeting, because we have to address these. When we're done with the budget, we send it upstairs. They have 10 days. They brought it down on the 10th day. Then we have 10 days to do what we have to do, and then that should be it. Tick tock. We got to have it done. Excuse me. So, those are special meetings. There is no input from the citizens. There is no back and forth. It doesn't exist. It's a special meeting. We'll get it done. Have a nice day. I wanted to do it earlier, but unfortunately we had a scheduling problem with the room. So caucus is at 5. The meeting starts at 6. We'll have the agenda printed out. Don't worry. All the lefties will have it printed on time. But, the ladies in the office are getting it together. And then they'll send it to me to approve it. And then I'll approve it. We'll have our meeting. And will they have a drag liner for the new electric? Sure, why not? Why not? Chris, you're just wrong. I'm glad I consider you a friend. Tefra will interrupt. Oh, that's okay. I threw her out of a meeting the other day. We talked about it. It's on my social media, like a thief in the night. Party of tolerance, rifling through our accountant's paperwork while nobody was watching, except the camera in the air caught it all. I went on YouTube. I did some screenshots. I posted on social media her rifling through. I put in on her she had posted a big post about it on social media. I posted that, and as soon as I posted it, she took hers down. Sorry, it's already up. Like a thief in the night. We were on recess to get our paperwork squared away so we can come back and finish it up. And she just couldn't wait. She couldn't wait. She had to go rifle through the accountant's paperwork. And then a staff member confronted her. She got nasty, of course. Another staff member confronted her. She got nasty, of course. And they're like, why are we messing with you? We're Shank. Okay. I confronted her. She got nasty with me. I had to take a step back because she was getting bark, 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 bark. Like she owns the place. We had to have locks installed on the county council's door because she just walked in and sashayed through the office and whatever she wanted. It's not her office, public building, but you don't have access to this stuff. It's not your office. Yeah, they would just open up the door and walk in. We were in a meeting across the hall. And what does she do? She just goes right into our office looking for shit. I'm like, get her out of there. That's it. Order up some locks. We put locks on the door, key card access to keep her out. But it's not a Fred Attack for Bass session, but this is the bullshit they do. And they think it's okay because it's them. It's them. We're the left. We're Democrats. We can do whatever we want. This is our building. We have our rights. You know, the right to go to our office. The ladies that work in the office have their personal purses in there. Man, excuse me. They have their car keys. There's paperwork that has to do with the lawyers that she has no business to be rifling through. And obviously she's done it. We got her caught. So, party of tolerance. But we're the big, mean, scary insurrectionists, I'm not touching that one. The haters will have me. They'll have me Photoshop with monkey ears or something on it. I don't know. I don't get it. Jay Bretterman and his his Facebook page that just does nothing but belittle people, And he's the president of every school district. Man, I'm not telling you all what to do. Y'all need to just check that out. And then what is it? He has a Facebook page. Brenton was dressed up in a Halloween costume. Of course, that's a profile picture. And of course, it's like the Erie Bob, the Erie worker. I don't know. I people send me screenshots of it. And I said, listen. They said, well, look at these Photoshop pictures of you and Brenton Davis in sex stuff. Well, he's a twisted SOB because if that's the best you can come up with, you can't come out with policy. You can't. Jimmy Wirtz, come on, man. He's running against Dan Laughlin. That is absolutely huge. Huge. Dan Laughlin is suing Jimmy Wirtz for defamation for the crap he puts in that Erie paper and on social media. I hope he wins. I know Dan doesn't care about the money. It's just the fact that, he sits down in his office in Edinburgh, writes this crap, just pounds every Republican into the ground. And we're the party of tolerance. And, but my God, you're a Republican, you get pounded in that paper, Well, Anna, there's 1,000 reasons, but now you got a weirdo as the president that does sick Photoshop sex stuff. I mean, it's just sick, and he walks around like he's God, And this is the guy that I think he ran for mayor and got clobbered. So, he got hired on the school board. All right, whatever, Now he's the president of the school board. But this is the guy that just does nothing but bash people, elected officials, on social media with fake, photoshopped crap. The things I talk about, it's all documented. Everything that happened at the council meeting last night, it's all on YouTube. And I'm cleaning it up. One guy I had to threaten to throw out because he was making some bullshit up about TikTok. I'm like, dude, what? Really? Now you're going to lie about some bullshit on TikTok? And I said, we don't attack. We don't make personal attacks. Yeah, no. I said, I'm warning you. One more. And then he started, he stopped and started talking. And then I'm like, the timer goes off. Beep, 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 beep. Sir, your times are, no, you let him finish. No, your time is done. If you were in the middle of a sentence, I'll let you finish the sentence. But after you just spent 3 minutes of your time just going into bash mode, your 3 minutes, you're gone. He was one more warning and getting thrown out. He'll be on social media. He watches the show. He'll be on social media bashing me some more. I don't care. Dude, I don't care. You are nobody to me in my life. You didn't vote for me. You don't live in my district. You live down in Edinburgh, so I could give a rat shit ass what you say. I didn't get reelected. That's why you didn't get reelected. No, the Democrat Party, a PAC bought Pretzel. Yeah, council seat for sale right there. So yeah, it's just an issue of I do the show. The haters are going to hate because I want you people to wake up. I know this group is pretty good. I know the majority of people who watch this show are pretty good. But we have to do a better job. Now that my term is up, I will run for a committee person's position on the Republican Party. So we can kind of wrangle the local Republican Party back into a working unit. It's just so messed up. I hope that the folks on the Republican committee right now have a vote of no confidence on Tom Eddy. He needs to go. He did a horrible job. He why he did a horrible job? He wasn't here all summer. We've got races. You ran to be the chairman, sorry. And then, I got to go on vacation. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, you'll be fine, Brian. No, we need your help. No, you're fine. No, we needed your help. You did nothing. So now I want your job. You need to resign. You need to quit. Turn in your resignation. However, the committee needs to have a vote of no contest and get rid of him. And then we will vote somebody else in there. I will run for a committee person to represent Harbor Creek and East County here. I'll get elected. It's no big deal. And then we can change things. But, this is a guy, social media. I hate social media. Well, you know what? It sucks. It's a double-edged sword. It's a great tool. It's a great weapon, depending on how you use it. Joe Biden clone. Yeah, I know. Hey, DJ Bobby. Yeah, see, yeah. Well, that's the other side. Sorry. Everything's backwards. When I'm looking at the screen, everything's backwards. Sorry. Lawsuit due to Lies Inception, county council seat for sale for $150,000. I think it's fitting, getting busted for being a prostitute. You're still prostituting yourself 30 years down the road, but it's just a lot more money. I think it was like $25 according to his police report. But hey, I digress. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Brian. Thanks, buddy. But we get that. So yeah, we've been here a little over an hour. It's 9:00. I know it's some people's official bedtime. Us over 60 gang. But we wanted to try the 8:00 time frame. I put a poll out. You all responded. I appreciate that. Had really good response to that. I appreciated that. We want to make sure Dave gets his beauty rest. He needs it being retired. Other than that, man, we have to think about the election cycle next year. We have to do a better job. We have to do it better. We have to do it cleaner. We really need to talk about mail-in ballots. I know it's a double-edged sword. I get it, but boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, they're kicking our asses with them. And I don't know what to do about it. The state is not going to get rid of it. The county's not going to get rid of these Dominion machines. Right. Well, see, Bobby, and you're right. We tried, we pushed hard for economic development, but the left doesn't like economic development because they want everybody to live off the government. But here's the problem. The government, Erie County government, doesn't have the money. We can't support anybody. We need a better tax base. We need to bring new business in here. We bring new business. That means they're paying property taxes. They're putting people to work. But hey, that's not what the left wants. The left wants it for free. They want it their way. And it was so funny. This lady the other night just pounding on the desk. She said, not supporting the library. It's recorded. It's a threat to democracy. We don't support the library. It's a threat to democracy. Will not figure that one out. How to bring back these county chiefs committee to have an authority. Joe, I mean, and you're right. You know, the Chiefs committee, they used to get together. They used to do a lot. I think they're still doing it. Bretton Davis wants to, fix something it's getting better. We had problems. Fairfield, my fire department, Joe's old fire department, we hired our first EMTs. Woo! The club's back open. Had burgers. Joe, go down there and get a burger. I couldn't even eat it. Even chubby guy me couldn't finish it. So what has Harbor Creek done? We've hired our own. We bought an ambulance. We hired EMTs. We hired paramedics. We have ECHO 1 and 2. We have ALS, Advanced Life Support. We have BLS. We have fixed this. Northeast is jockeying to put a fire tax fee on there so they can buy some their own EMTs. I think Cool Hose, I think they have EMTs on their own. Perry Highway. Well, Perry Highway is like, the golden boy of local volunteer fire departments. They get a good source of income from the casino. Bless their hearts. Beautiful facility, beautiful trucks. They have their own EMTs and doing this whole EMS thing. 40% of Perry Highway, which is Upper Pete Street, goes into the city of Erie. Because city of Erie can't. We had a meeting with Joe about this. He's like deer in the headlights. What are you talking about? You guys are doing all this? No shit, Joe. You're the mayor. Figure it out. Wow. So, right. Chris, you're right. We need education in our schools. We need a good trade school. That's why I pushed back on the community college. I said, you show me this is a trade school. I'll come down there and I'll help you build it. Because we need to teach these young men and women that you can be a tradesman and make a lot of money and you don't have any debt. Even if you go privately to a private school, you got a little bit of debt, but you got Erie County VOTEC. They crank out great amount of kids going through that program, and I get that. They're slowly morphing it over. They're going to do a welding program. I give them that credit. But the EMS thing, East County didn't support it. I talked to, even Joe Karate in Lawrence Park. He didn't support it. And trust me, he has no problem telling you his feelings. Our fire department doesn't support it. Brookside doesn't support it. Harbor Creek doesn't support it. Go out to Northeast. They don't support it. Go up, even I talked to 700, Mr. Bartlett up there on the hill. They don't support it. Not even in my district. And I talked to the president up there at Perry Highway. They don't support it. Well, East County doesn't support it, but here they are trying to shove this down our throats. All it is just another authority. Another authority. Yay, like we need another authority, Chris, I understand that, and I get that. All I know is there's some good news. I think I'm not getting too excited. I'm going to put my not excited face on that. It appears this impeachment stuff for Creepy Joe might kick in. I don't know. They're going after Hunter, and of course they're just the Republicans picking on poor Hunter. Oh yeah, poor Mr. Hunter. Give me a break. Other than that, we're gonna bring this thing in for a landing. Let's be nice to each other. Do unto others before they do unto you. No, do unto others as they did to you. So what they say about a payback, it's a bitch. Oh, geez. What, John, JJ, did you just wake up for your nap? And thanks for trying to hit me the other day. I knew that was you in your big red truck. I get it. I know that big Dodge. For such a short guy, you got a big truck. And that's all I'll say about that. All right, everybody. I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate your support. Our numbers are looking really good. We are pushing the 1,000 viewer mark. I mean, we get the stats and all this, and we're pushing 1,000 because of from you guys, not me. I'm just a guy sitting here in my dining room. Hashtag in my dining room. That's what we do best. Yeah, what did I do with the sound here? I got multiple things playing. I got too many windows open. Sorry about that. Click one more. Welcome to the jungle on the outro. I want to thank you all for coming out live from the dining room. Hashtag just a fire cop. Hashtag what have you done for your community today? To the haters, I salute you. Stan, thanks for coming on. Probably didn't have pants on, All right, everybody, thanks for coming out on this Wednesday, new time, different time, same mission. Thanks for coming out. We'll talk again. Like we always say, shank out. All right, YouTube. I didn't see anybody come in and chat. I didn't see anybody leave any comments, but that's okay. I know we're doing what we do. Had three people. Woo! 3 people on YouTube live tonight. That was probably my haters that they came in and talked to me about last night at our council meeting about my YouTube channel. Sucks to be you. It's really funny. The left doesn't like it when we speak our piece. They don't like it when we have people that will stand up and square them, look in the eye and say, I have that privilege too. They hate the fact there's people like us that stand up and say, we're not taking your crap. We don't have to. Like I always say on the other channel, Facebook Live, peace out and shank out. Oh, wrong hand.